Kellen here with Screen Innovations, and today we're going to show you how to mount a Solo using the new suspended ceiling brackets. So your first step is going to be to have 3/8 of an inch threaded rod mounted to a secure structure so that we can attach the mounting plate to the threaded rods. So in front of me I have the components of the Solo suspended ceiling bracket. We've got the mounting bracket itself, the mounting plate. The mounting plate will come in 3 different sizes depending on the size of cassette, your locking nuts, and then your set screw. So your next step is going to be to grab your bracket, grab your top plate, and you're going to get your locking nuts, hand tighten, and then we're just going to lock these into place. So now my top plate is connected to the mounting bracket. So our next step is going to be to attach the bracket to the cassette. You're going to want to place this bracket 2 to 8 inches from the end of the cassette. Okay. 8 inches being your max. You're going to go ahead and slide the bracket into the grooves and make sure that the teeth are fully engaged. And your bracket's nice and secure. Now I've already notched off where I want my keyhole to be, and that's just based on where my threaded rod is mounted. I'm now going to put my set screw in and go ahead and lock this into place. Now your set screw is on this particular cassette is going to be just above the cassette, and we're going to tighten this all the way down. And so we're just going to tighten until we have it all the way flush with the back of the bracket. So now that I got the set screw all the way tight, I'm just going to double check and make sure everything is nice and good and secure. So I've got the second Solo suspended ceiling bracket attached to the cassette. We are now ready for the next step, which is to lift this up and mount it to the threaded rods. All right, so we're just going to tighten this up. And once I'm semi-tight here, the cassette is now attached to the threaded rods. So our next step is going to be to level out the cassette. So I have my level on top of the cassette, and I can see that the cassette is leaning forward a bit. So that means I need to make an adjustment to my mounting plate right here. So I'm going to raise this up. All right, so now I can see that I'm level. So now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Once I get that side level, then I'm going to tighten these up to lock everything into place. After leveling the brackets, I'm going to check and make sure the cassette is level and then move on to the final step. So our last step of the install is going to be to attach the supplied trim piece. You may or may not need this trim piece. It just depends on your ceiling tile layout. If you do need to attach the angled trim piece, you're simply going to apply the double-sided tape to the back of the cassette, and we're just going to run it all the way spanning the entire cassette. And then we're just going to apply the trim. So once I've got the trim piece attached to the tape, I'm just going to check and make sure I'm butted up and have everything nice and square. So as you can see, we've added another easy mounting option to the Solo product, which will give you more flexibility in your installs. So give us a call at Screen Innovations so that we can partner with you on your next screen project.